G'day, this is Simon and James at South OC Cars and Coffee. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Greg, who's the head of Polestar North America, with us. And Greg is no stranger to South OC Cars and Coffee. In fact, he used to come to our original iteration of South OC Cars and Coffee at Target way back in 2015. Greg, great to have you here, mate. Welcome along.
Thank you, Simon. How are you today?
Really good, mate. Really, really good.
Good.
So, Greg, tell us, how is Polestar different from other electric vehicle companies?
Well, there's a number of things that actually make us as one of the main differentiators when I look at all the other EV companies. I like to say that we're a 94-year-old startup. If you think about it, we're 50% owned by Volvo, and that's a really good legacy of manufacturing, research and design, industrialization, distribution, all behind us. So one of the things that make us really different is the know-how that comes behind this car and the ability to actually get us to the market with a fantastic quality product. When you take a look at it, we were actually just launching this company in 2017. We put the first car into the marketplace already 2.5 years later.
Wow.
So for me, that's one of the main things that we take away as saying is what's a clear differentiator is our heritage and our legacy.
Fantastic.
Greg, talk to me about what makes Polestar a special company.
What makes Polestar a special company? It's asked upon me all the time. Other than our long lineage that I spoke about before, we were born on the racetrack. If you take a look at the Polestar name, it harkens back to 1996. Synonymous with wins on the Swedish Touring Car Championship and on the World Tour Car Championships as well. In fact, all the way up into 2018, we were winning on the racetrack. I think one of the things that separate us quite a bit is that we've never lost these racing roots. Our goal from the onset was to make an electronic driver's car. When you look around what's offered today with electric cars, you have cars that really go quickly 0 to 60, good range, braking from 60 to 0, all those sort of things. But what we're really lacking in the industry right now is a car that does everything at one time. And that's what we bring to you at Polestar. Really a car that doesn't lose the driver and the mindset. 0 to 60 times, 620 horsepower for our Polestar 1, 408 horsepower for our Polestar 2. When you take a look at the cars such as the Polestar 1, all carbon fiber. We talk about Akinobo brakes, Olin suspension systems, same things with Brembo brakes on our Polestar 2. Again, going back to who's building these cars. We have 200 engineers that are sitting in the UK right now, right up around the Coventry area. If you take a look at what else has happened in Coventry, you see these iconic sports cars that are coming out. I won't name them, but I think we all know about it, and what industry is also hailing first and foremost from the UK as well. Obviously the F1 circuit and all the engineers that we have up there in the F1 circuit are also lending some of their technology for our engineers as well. When you drive the Polestar 1 or the Polestar 2, I guarantee you really get what I'm saying. And you know what's in my driveway, you know what's in my garage.
Absolutely.
Every time I take one of these cars out, my mouth smiles ear to ear, just like it is with my old E-Type.
You know, I think that's the really interesting thing. I know you as being a car guy from coming to the original South OC Cars and Coffee. And the thing that I noticed the first about Polestar was that it has real car DNA. And as you said, with those roots really deeply entrenched in motorsports. And so it doesn't surprise me to see you aligned with this brand, because this is a car for the person who's into cars, and I think that's the big difference.
And it's just not all about the performance. One of the other things that we pride ourselves on is the technology that we bring to the forefront. The Polestar 2, for example, is the first car with Android embedded technology. Not Android Auto, Android embedded technology. So what does that mean? Well, 1998, I think, was the first time we ever brought voice commands into a car. They never ever really worked. I don't care what car was out there, regardless of what you say, you really never got to where you wanted to go, or you never got what radio station you wanted to choose.
You want to try it with an Australian accent?
I can only imagine. This is the first car that I can safely say that with the Google Assistant and the Google technology, it's 100% hit rate. Whether you want to change your radio station, whether you want to move to your maps, whether you want to change the heating in the car, or like me, who's someone that uses Google or the Android ecosystem, I could even turn on the lights to my house sitting in the car right now as well. It's seamless, and that's one of the things that we take back is performance, design, and technology will always be the hallmarks that we talk about with Polestar.
Excellent.
So behind us, we've got the Polestar 1 and the Polestar 2 as well, both absolutely beautiful cars. Is there any chance that you can share with us what's next for the Polestar lineup?
Yeah, why not? What you have in front of you right now, of course, is the 1 and the 2. The 2 that we brought to market is what we call the intro package. We know that our customers at the very beginning of the production run really crave all the options, all the accessories in one package. What we'll start to do as we move to the later part of the year is let our customers start curating single options and packages. So we'll start to see those type of cars coming later on in the summer as well. Also, the Polestar 2 in this current form is all-wheel drive, dual motors. And we know also there's a demand in Southern California for two-wheel drive vehicles, and we'll bring out a long-range single motor as well. You know what comes after 2, though?
3.
Exactly. So we've gone out and publicly announced that we do have a full-size SUV coming in the future.
Wow.
So a coupe-like SUV, and well, I hope I'll be invited back with that car maybe a little after a year from now.
Absolutely will be. Thank you.
So Greg, let's talk dollars. How do people get hold of these cars? What are the financing options that are available?
Well, what you would do is go onto polestar.com. You can actually configure the car that you want, and we will actually deliver the car to your house as well with our partner up in Los Angeles. Very good introductory price on the vehicle, $59,900 for a full-spec Polestar 2.
Wow.
And that's before the federal and the state California incentives, so you got to take another $7,500 off that $59,900.
Wow.
And I believe it's another $2,500 off in the state of California.
Wow.
So you've got a very attractive offer in front of you. On top of that, we have a 0% financing offer on the vehicle. Doesn't get much better than that. Competitive lease offer, of $549. And then on top of that, we actually have running an offer right now. And as a guy that used to drive petrol and has a couple of cool things in the garage, I'm so convinced that people will enjoy the EV lifestyle that we're putting another $2,000 offer in for any trade-in on an internal combustion engine. So if you bring in your whatever that burns on petrol right now and want to get behind the role of an EV vehicle, we put another $2,000 as a trade-in allowance on top of that.
Well, they have some really good offers there, some good incentives. That is so much better than you see in this market for these types of cars. That's awesome.
So, is there any chance that we can take this for a drive?
Actually, exciting news. Starting tomorrow, at Cars and Coffee, we'll be offering test drives.
Fantastic. Yeah, so if you guys go on Instagram page or Facebook as well, you can go ahead and check out the link that's on there. For Instagram, all you have to do is go to our stories, find the story of the Polestar 2, and swipe up on the link. It'll take you right to the Polestar page, which is going to allow you to sign up for test drives. Tomorrow morning, the 27th, you can book all the way until tomorrow morning. We're going to be hosting drives from the show, and you can also go on drives this weekend as well.
Yeah, and if you don't get a drive this weekend, don't panic. As of Monday, there'll be a live link on Polestar.com. You just click that link, you'll be able to book yourself a drive. Well, Greg, it's so great to have Polestar as a diamond sponsor of South OC Cars and Coffee. As I've said before, I think the fit between South OC Cars and Coffee and Polestar is so great because we both share that passion for cars. So we really appreciate you coming to Southern California, enjoying our perfect weather, which I know is not something that you get so much of anymore, but it's great to have Polestar along as part of the show, and really great to have one of our OG members of South OC Cars and Coffee along as well.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Absolutely.